Right now, many young Africans are dropping out of schools, quitting their jobs, or even abandoning their businesses. All this is because of habits like masturbation, excessive consumption of adult content, or uncontrolled sexual urges. The most scary part is because most of them don't realize that this does not only affect emotion but also a financial ditch. Just think about it. Dropping out of schools is a lost future. Quitting out of job affects financial planning. Abandoning a business is a lost goal. This is the real life for many young Africans right now. They may not have dropped out of schools, quit a job, or either abandon their businesses, but this habit still negatively affects their productivity. In this episode, we are not talking about morality. We are talking about money. We will break down how lust-driven impulse habits silently destroy your productivity, decision making, focus, and long-term wealth building potential. Welcome to Escape the Trap, episode 2.
When most young people talk about financial struggles in Africa, they blame unemployment, inflation, lack of capital, or government systems. But very few people ever ask themselves a deeper question. What if your daily habits are secretly affecting your income? What if the reason you cannot focus on your business stay consistent with your hustle? Complete that online course or wake up early to work on your goals has nothing to do with motivation and everything to do with impulse habits. Today we are breaking down a conversation most people avoid. This is the breakdown of how lust and impulse habits silently affect your long-term wealth potential. Not from a moral angle, not from a religious angle, but from a disciplined focus and financial growth perspective. Because wealth is not only built with money, it is built with attention, consistency, and self-control. And when impulse habits constantly hijack your attention, they do not just waste your time, they slowly drain your energy, weaken your discipline, and reduce your ability to execute long-term plans.
Laziness and low energy.
Every action your brain takes is regulated by dopamine, your brain's motivation currency. Dopamine is released when you achieve goals, solve problems, complete tasks, earn money, or make progress. But activities that provide instant pleasure, like pornography or constant sexual stimulation, flood your brain with extremely high levels of dopamine without requiring effort. From an economic perspective, your brain begins receiving reward without doing productive work. Over time, your brain associates pleasure with zero effort, and suddenly working feels boring, studying feels exhausting, and building your business feels like too much effort. Your natural motivation to perform income-generating activities drops because your brain is already satisfied, leading to reduced productivity and ultimately reduced income.
Procrastination.
Impulse habits train your brain to prioritize comfort over progress. Building wealth requires consistency, delayed gratification, long-term thinking, and discipline, but impulse habits are built on instant reward and short-term pleasure. Your brain gets conditioned to avoid anything that does not give quick pleasure, and tasks like learning a new skill, posting your service online, following up with clients, studying financial literacy, or managing your business finances start to feel uncomfortable. Instead of facing discomfort, you delay important actions by telling yourself you'll do it later. But later becomes tomorrow, tomorrow becomes next week, and next week becomes next year, and that is how people with good ideas remain financially stagnant.
Poor decision-making.
Impulse control is not selective. If you struggle to control urges in one area of your life, that same lack of control appears in your financial decisions. You begin spending impulsively, investing emotionally, giving out money unnecessarily, or taking financial risks without proper analysis because your brain becomes wired for short-term reward. Instead of saving money, you want to enjoy it now. Instead of investing, you want to spend it now. Instead of building assets, you want to impress people now. Over time, your financial discipline weakens, and your ability to make strategic money decisions declines.
Wasted time.
Time is an economic asset, and the time spent on instant gratification could have been used to learn graphic design, edit videos, write CVs for clients, start a small online service, research business opportunities, or apply for remote jobs. Consider this. 1 hour daily wasted on impulse habits equals 7 hours weekly, 30 hours monthly, and over 360 hours yearly. Enough time to learn a monetizable skill. This is known as opportunity cost. the value of what you lose when you choose one activity over another.
Reduced focus.
Wealth building activities require deep focus, and running a business, managing clients, budgeting money, or planning investments all require mental clarity. But constant indulgence in impulse habits leads to mental fatigue, brain fog, and reduced concentration. You find it difficult to read for long periods, plan effectively, or remain consistent, and opportunities begin to pass you because your attention span is weakened by the constant search for stimulation.
Impulse spending.
The same mindset that seeks instant pleasure sexually often seeks instant pleasure financially. You begin buying unnecessary items, spending for validation, gifting excessively, or making emotional purchases because your brain values immediate reward over delayed.
Risky financial choices.
Thrill-seeking behavior doesn't stop at habits, it spills into money decisions. Betting, gambling, get-rich-quick schemes, and high-risk investments become attractive because they promise fast rewards. Slow, steady wealth building starts to feel boring. You begin chasing quick money, but quick money often brings quick losses, reinforcing the cycle of financial struggle.
Neglecting long-term goals.
Wealth requires patience, planning, and delayed gratification. But impulse-driven habits train your brain to prioritize now over later. You postpone saving, delay investing, avoid building assets, and hesitate to start your business because immediate satisfaction feels more urgent than future security. Gradually, your long-term financial growth weakens, not because you lack opportunity, but because you keep choosing the present over the future.
Lust-driven impulse habits do not just affect your emotion. They affect your productivity, consistency, financial decision, and ultimately your income. If you want to build wealth, you must first learn how to control your impulses, because discipline is not just a moral virtue, it's a financial strategy. Just a reminder, these financial tips are not taught in school or any institution. Don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss the next part. Bye.